Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your love and career / money read for December 8th through the 14th, 2020. Let's get right into things. I'm going to be time stamping below because there'll be different sections to this reading. So I just want to start off by mentioning a couple of things that are going on astrologically, then we'll go into love and then career. So as far as what's going on in the sky, there's a lot this week, but I just want to address the solar eclipse that's happening on the 14th. Everyone's talking about it. It's a Sagittarius new moon on Monday, December 14th. It is a total solar eclipse, and a solar eclipse is just like a regular new moon where the moon passes between the earth and the sun, but this solar eclipse is more powerful because the moon darkens the sun, and it's happening at 23 degrees 8 minutes of Sagittarius, most affecting people with personal planets and points at around, I want to say 18 to 28 degrees around of the mutable signs. So even though you guys are Pisces, but you guys are a mutable sign, you're Pisces, but also if you know your chart, check out where you have also Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Okay, it's going to be affecting everyone, but especially in those areas in your personal chart where you have those. Now, Pisces rising are all going to be feeling this, particularly in your 10th house of career. Okay, so pay attention to that when we go to, keep that in mind when we go to the career section of the reading. But this energy is aligned with Mercury and the South Node, so the spiritual meaning of this is really relating very heavily to thinking and communicating for all of us, right? It's trining Mars, so this gives us the energy and the initiative to set new goals and to really want to act on things. Like really act on things, right? Because Mars really pushes us with confidence. But there is this kind of harsh aspect to Neptune, which means that we're all going to have to be protecting ourselves in some way or another against deception and also infection, because Neptune does rule disease. It rules infection, things underneath the surface, right, that we can't see. You know, so just think about the coronavirus, and we've had these spikes sort of around the globe. So let's just all be extra careful right now. Also at the same time, Mercury is squaring Neptune, so it's going to be feeling a lot of confusion and deception. But it's like we're going to be thinking and communicating and feeling really confident. So be careful, because it could be a little bit of a trippy energy in that way. We're going to feel like we know exactly what we're doing and exactly where we're going to go. But then there's this sort of layering of fog over it, if that makes sense. So yeah, all right. So we're going to do the love first. So we're going to do a little bit of a he said, she said spread, depending on where you're at in your relationship dynamic, whatever it is. You're together, you're not together, you're single, whatever it is. Let's see what comes up. So first I'm going to pull for you, okay? So I'm going to pull a Celtic cross spread for you. Now I'm going to pull a Celtic cross spread for an energy that you're either dealing with, were dealing with, will be dealing with, however it resonates with you. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, I do the spreads that I feel called to do each day, and I know I can never make everyone happy, so I gave up trying to do that a long time ago. So hopefully you guys will get something out of this, because I was called to do this for you today. All right, we got a lot of cards here. Let's get going with you guys. So first of all, coming into this energy, we have the Fool reverse. So the Fool reverse does indicate to me you might have been a little careless maybe in making some sort of decision, feeling very sort of like, I don't know, I don't think I'm not sure if I really even want to do this. Maybe you weren't as prepared for a relationship that you thought you were. Maybe you're not as ready as or you coming up to this point. You thought you were really ready in the past until it came down to the bottom line. Maybe you just weren't able to give the relationship 100% what it needed. Now that's not, I'm not throwing shade, Pisces, right? You guys have to understand, it's a lot of times we feel like we're a hell of a lot more ready for something than we are. And a lot of times we're very ready for what we see in our mind's eye that we want in a relationship, but the person that we're dealing with may be requiring something that we may not feel comfortable to provide them with. We might not be ready to provide the level of communication that they want, or the level of openness that they want, or the level of fill in the blank, whatever it is. It's like, you know, and we all have this experience at one time or another where we're we don't want to be alone, we want to be in a relationship, we want to be in love, we want to feel all of those wonderful things and have that pairing and have that partnership. But then and we have this with someone, we identify someone we want to have that with, but sometimes it's like what ends up needing to go on maybe is really, really uncomfortable. And we're not able to show up 100% in the way that's necessary for the relationship. It doesn't mean that you don't want it, or they don't love you, or you don't love them, or there's not all of that, but it does seem like there was a level of apathy here, right, coming into this energy. And apathy is just like kind of feeling unfulfilled, right? So you might be single and feeling really like, I'm really done with this. Or maybe you were dealing with a relationship and you were just like, it's not cutting the mustard. Or maybe somebody was really great, but you were like, I can't give them what they want. And I'm not ready to be whatever it is that they need me to be right now. But right now I see we have a new beginning for you here. And it's being crossed, though, by the Nine of Swords. So this new beginning desperately wants to begin, but it's being crossed by the Nine of Swords, which is all about anxiety, depression, that 3 a.m. card, grief, depression, anxiety. This is blocking this new beginning. Energetically, it's blocking something. So regardless of where you're at, maybe if you have somebody in your energy and you guys are not in communication right now, it's like this new beginning is being blocked by this anxiety, this depression, whatever it is. You meeting somebody brand spanking new. You might not be able to get out of your own way, maybe because of some choices that you made in the past, or maybe you're not quite, again, maybe you're still not quite as ready as you thought you were originally. Now, crowning this, we have the Three of Swords. So Three of Swords is a card of pain. It is. It's heartbreak, it's divorce, it's loss, it's depression. You know, some of you, I mean, Three of Swords is also a surgery energy, so some of you may have gotten that. I'm being called to say that. But it's a Saturn and Libra energy. Libra is all about partnership, and Saturn's all about restriction and no and challenges, and there being these things in the way. Pisces, I'm getting very strongly that there's something in your way, like energetically blocking you. Is it a past relationship? Is it your upbringing? You know, is it the skeletons in your closet? Is it some kind of addiction? Something's like right there in your, kind of right there. We have this working with the Five of Wands as the foundation. It's a heavy energy because it's about rivalry and obstacles and feeling just really challenged. It's very much of an annoying Saturn and Leo energy, right? Where it's like battle of the wells, egotism. So you might be dealing with a Leo. You might have a heavy Leo in your chart. But it's just this idea of battle of the wells, battle of the ego, and the card of pain. Now, I do want to mention that the card of pain does not always mean third party. I always want to say that because it doesn't. I always say there are many, many ways we can betray each other, many ways we can hurt each other, right? It's this card of pain, whatever that is. Maybe you guys just broke up and you're just really hurting and you're just experiencing this depression. I mean, that, you know, it could certainly just be that. Or, you know, you just are having a hard time getting past this idea that they threw you under the bus, having to do with that friend or family situation, or they betrayed you regarding money, right? It could be any of these things. So where you're at right now, having to do with relationship, is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. And this is about feeling just very let down and feeling very kind of disappointed and depressed in something that you've been trying to take part in, right? So right now, you know, even for those of you who are single, I want to just say that I am getting through here that there's some sort of energy from your past that you haven't totally cleared out. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't go out and meet people. It's just something that you should be mindful of, because you don't want to stuff that too deep into your closet just for it to rear its head later on. Now, an energy that you're dealing with, okay, that's surrounding you, we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. So the Five of Swords in the reverse is somebody, this is a real fair fight energy, first of all, okay? But it's about the lights being turned on. Now, this is not you. This is the energy that you're dealing with, okay? So this would be them. So we have them here as kind of being caught. For lack of a better term, this is kind of a being caught card. Something coming to light, something being exposed. It could be a third-party situation. It could be some sort of dishonesty being revealed, something like that. But it being out in the open and you know, them realizing something, right? And them being in this mind space of like, well, it's only fair, right? Having this idea of a fair fight, right? But the desire to make amends on something, at least having to do with whatever it is that came out. Now, your fear here, I see, is temperance. And temperance as a fear is that you're fearing balance and harmony. You're feeling like, temperance is very much, what do you need? What do I need? What does the relationship need, right? There being fairness all the way around. Everybody having what they need. So Pisces, you might be in a space where you feel like either you're not able to deliver what you need to be in a relationship, or you're afraid that you're not going to end up getting what you need in a relationship. This is a very alchemical energy. It really is. It's like a mixing of needs and who needs what. Right? I mean, if you think about it from that point, it's Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, it's a Sagittarius energy in astrology, which is all about belief systems and integrity, you know, and really kind of having a strong moral fiber within the relationship. Feeling like, you know, maybe that's not going to be able to happen. Now, in the near future, we have the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles is very much about being very kind of grounded in this strong desire for long-term security in a relationship, but you might feel really like, you know, I have to protect my heart. I'm not comfortable to completely let myself go. Pisces, whoever's resonating with this so far, you've been through a lot in relationship. Because the Four of Pentacles does not guard their heart for no reason, you know? It's not for no reason. Now, I do want to mention that because it's a Pentacle energy also, this could indicate that there could be money issues going on in the relationship, and like there being, so this can be for some of you, not all of you, where there's some greed involved here, where you may not want to feel you may not feel very comfortable sharing your resources anymore, or and it's not because you're cheap or stingy, it's because you're very concerned about your long-term security later on, but this can end up being an issue within the relationship, if that makes sense. Okay, so now we have the final outcome, though. We have the Wheel. You know, when we get this as the final outcome, it's always so trippy to me, because it's, you know, it's very destiny driven, and it's very one thing about tarot and astrology you guys should understand, we talk about these energies and these predictions. Nothing can ever take into account your own personal human energetic choice. Nothing. Nothing. It's just not possible. You know, we could give you the weather of what's going on here, but we're beautiful, energetic beings, thank goodness, right? We're not robots, we're not puppets, not to the energy, not to anything, right? I mean, this has been instilled in our Constitution. We're so fortunate, right? But this is a very good fortune energy. I do want to tell you, this is definitely a turning point, but it's also the card of taking a chance. Now, this is the thing, right? It's ruled by Jupiter. It's about luck and expansion, which is great. And it's great for meeting somebody new, putting the feelers out there and hooking up with somebody and it going really well. But now, if this is a reconnection kind of thing, the reconnection is only going to be as good as the bones of the original relationship. and nothing better. So if it was a hot mess before, it's going to be a hot mess this time, and it's not going to be blessed by Jupiter. That's the thing. That's the thing with this. So who knows, right? I mean, there are many of you out there, so it does depend on how that ends up going. So let's talk about the energy that you're dealing with. So we have this person coming into this point in the Eight of Swords, in the Eight of Swords energy. So the Eight of Swords energy is about release, feeling a new hope, you know, trying to feel lighter, leaving the situation because they felt like they needed to. They started to feel either very trapped in something or very afraid because of something going on within this connection. I'm not even getting so much like a commitment thing. More of there was something about the dynamic of you guys that was making them feel uncomfortable. However, this is so funny because you have the full reverse coming into this energy, and then they're the full reverse right now. So this is like unfulfilled potential, really is. This is very interesting, Pisces, because I feel like whatever energy you're dealing with, it's like you're both energetically knowing you have not fulfilled the full potential of this relationship because of, I don't know what. Let's see. Now we have this working with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So the Ace of Cups is feeling let down. They feel very disappointed. So it's like they're in this space of feeling, okay. So this person felt like, or feels like, they needed to leave the way something was. They needed to lighten an element up. Even if you guys are still together, maybe you had an argument, whatever it was. But the situation here is something needed to be let go as it was. There needed to be this lightening. Because even though they feel like there's this unfulfilled potential, there's such disappointment in something that happened between the two of you. Whether they broke up with you, you broke up with them, it doesn't even really matter, but they are feeling this on an energetic level. Yeah. But then we have Angel de la Nuit as the crowning energy here in the reverse. And this is about, you know, this is very much a dark night of the soul, right? And really kind of like not being able to get out of their own way. But in the reverse, this does indicate feeling very illuminated, very sort of woken up to an idea. Very knowing, like very aware of how they feel about a situation. But then we have as the foundation, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Ten of Cups in the reverse is, well, for some, family trouble. For others, a broken marriage, a broken relationship, a broken commitment. You know, broken relationship is the foundation here. Let's see what they're thinking about psychologically. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So I feel like did somebody leave you, Pisces? Did somebody ghost you? Did somebody quit? You know, does somebody have very weak boundaries? Is somebody stalling if you're with them? Are they stalling? Are they dragging their feet? Is there this dragging of the feet energy? Was that their mentality before? So it could be any of those things. Either somebody decided to end it, somebody's dragging their feet, somebody's just stalling, kind of just dragging. So now in their energy, you come up as the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is this, you know, very self-sufficient energy, you know, honest, trying to be honest at least. But there's this, or there is this element of honesty that they're realizing about the relationship. Could certainly be that. That's where they're at. They're all about the honesty right now, 100% the honesty. So if they feel like they have not received 100% honesty from you, this is a real issue for them. Now, in the near future, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So the Queen of Wands in the reverse is very apathetic, angry, kind of cold. You know, at least in this near future. I feel there's a lot of, see, this is an interesting energy for me, because then we have in their fear position, we have the Lover's energy reverse. And the Lover's reverse is, you know, their fear here is a divorce, a breakup, an argument, discord, regret. They're afraid of having regret, but they're also afraid of making a bad choice. So it's kind of energy is very clear to me. This is very, very clear. They still have strong feelings for you, but something has gone on that's getting in the way of them being able to be 100 with you, right? Because then we have the final outcome. We have the Justice reverse, and this is about dishonesty and unfairness, right? Also could be some sort of legal problems, for sure. Because it's justice, you know, it's a Libra energy. But remember, justice being the Libra energy, it's the 7th house of partnerships, right? So this is them feeling like something was not fair. Something was not fair about this. Either it was like a level of dishonesty, or somebody treating somebody a certain way, or something was put upon them that they feel like was unfair, whatever it was. But there's definitely emotions here. And the thing is, there, like, this is going to be like a little bit of a tough nut to crack in a way. If you guys are in a weird space and you're looking to get back with somebody, or if you guys are, you know, still together but things aren't good. The fact that you got the Wheel, I like that, but I feel like something needs to be addressed over on this end. Now, if you were with somebody who, and I just want to say this, if you're with a narcissist, like a serious narcissist, you need to understand something. This is always a subjective read. I should have probably led with that. Subjective reads don't make it true. Subjective means it's coming from, I always focus on the energy of the person that Pisces is dealing with. A narcissist is always going to think that they're never wrong. Do you understand? Like, they're never wrong. So this may resonate with you as it being the actual situation, but some of you might be like, hells to the bells? No, like, that is not what happened. Da, da, da. You know, but if you think about it from their perspective, it may make more sense. You understand? Not from yours, but from theirs. Okay, so let's pull Wisdom of the Oracle. You? Why? You're like, why? And the Fates. Oh, they know this is fated. There's no question. And you're just like, why can't things be better, different? Why do they have to be so upset? Why do they have, I mean, there's definitely pain on your end, and like unfairness felt on the other side. Somebody feels unfair, somebody feels a lot of pain. Very interesting. The Grim Reaper, the Snake, Talking, Paradise, Engagement Ring. Oh, Pisces, what's going on? That's incredible. That's incredible. You know what? I want to pull a couple of whatchamacallits on here. Tarot, whatchamacallits, listen to me. So Reaper says, so it starts out, the relationship is over. It's done. No second chances. Go and fix your life and do you, right? Then we go into the Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder. Could be another person involved. There could be. But then we have Talking. Interested, conversing, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hovering. Then we have Happiness, joy, expansion, playfulness, enjoyment, loving each other, enjoying each other. And then we have Engagement Ring, partnership, completion, union, commitment. So we have the Hangman reverse. these are all reversals. And this is about selfishness, feeling like a victim or a traitor, dealing with a traitor in something, right? There's a lot of hurt here. We have the Three of Cups, which is, this could have to do with somebody just either partying too much, flirting too much, drinking too much, doing something too much that is not serving the relationship at all. And we have the Page of Cups in reverse, which is somebody very immature. This does indicate a breakup. This also does indicate dependence. So there could be like a codependency issue here. And then we have Father of Cups, which is in reverse. This is very abusive energy, emotional manipulation. But I see somebody still wants to work it out. Either you or them. But there is this energy of I mean, like, wow, that's incredible. Let me just pull one last final. Let's get some final message here for Pisces. Truth be told, yeah. Pisces, listen, I feel like truth is an issue in this connection. I don't know if it's, I mean, they might be lying and trying to say you're lying and deflecting, or you might not have told them the full truth, and when it came out, it was an issue. I feel like, though, if the truth can come out, so much can be solved here. If they just no more posturing or whatever the heck it is. Yeah, because it does seem like there is something that wants to be discussed. There's no question. All right, let's put these all away real quick. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for love. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to go on to career and money now. Now, remember, this not everybody is... not everybody's working right now, unfortunately. So we're just going to apply it as, you know, as however it resonates with you. Potential work coming in. Let's see how it ends up showing up. But what I'm going to do is pull Lenormand across and then pull qualifiers for each. Again, some of you guys love Lenormand. Some of you guys hate it. I'm feeling called to do it this way, guys. You know. All right. Very powerful energies come from Lenormand. It's a different system than tarot. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Money, career. Right. We have a lot to think about, considering that we have this, I don't read these in reverse, that we have this total solar eclipse happening in your 10th house of career. It's career and public reputation, right? It's also you standing in the world, you know, all of that. So something needs to be looked at a little more closely. We have the idea of obstacles. So if you look at where is your challenge right now, the most right now, Pisces, right? Because this is... Lenormand is asking that you look at the obstacles. This is not impossible. It's not. This is just something that you have to deal with, that you have to get through. Once you get through it, that's where the sun is. And the sun is all about material happiness and a really good outcome. But what's going to be required is for you to make a choice. You have to make a choice. And you are going to kind of know, right? Because the owls is all about wisdom. It's about gaining wisdom either from spirit, somebody who loves you, who has crossed over, is on the other side. Could have to do with an elder, somebody who is much older, much wiser than you in your life. So it could be, you know, obviously it could be a family member. It doesn't have to be. But it's also, to me, you know, especially because you guys are such a wise energy, could certainly just be like, you're being very deeply guided by what it is exactly that you have to do right now regarding career and money. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling 3 for each. I see you changing your mind on something. Truth of the matter is, you're changing your mind on something. You're going to be changing your strategy. See what's clarifying each of these. We have the idea that what do you need to look at more closely? So you need to look at the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So first, let's talk about the Seven of Swords, right? This is a mask-wearing energy. Seven of Swords is Moon in Aquarius. Somebody may not have been 100% honest with you, or you may be in the space where you're going along for the ride right now because you know it's what you have to do, and less because it's what you want to do. Meaning, like, you go into work every day and you do what you have to do, but you know you don't want to stay there, but you don't want to bite your nose off to spite your face. So it could be that. But this could also be you needing to look at, and you needing to look at that your behavior in that way, you just showing up and acting as if, you cannot escape that. Right? This is something that needs to be paid attention to, because there is definitely an ending to something in the way that it's been going in your career. Now, this also indicates dishonesty, theft. So for those of you who are in business, this is a theft energy. Be careful. It's something that you need to look at more closely. This is a betrayal and a dishonesty energy as well. So you want to be careful of that. That's working with the Ten of Swords energy, which is about, you know, ending, right? Rock bottom of something. You reach in that point, you're like, I am done. Like, this doesn't even make sense for me to stay in it anymore. That kind of energy, you know? And especially because it's a Mercury and Virgo energy. Mercury is all about, it's very alchemical energy as well. Mercury is very, you know, it's very much about communicating but fixing problems too. So, you know, with the Ten of Swords, it's like one sword at a time over time, and you're getting to this point where it's like, okay, I cannot do that anymore. Now it's time to get real and solve some sort of problem that you're dealing with in your career. But I like that we got the Seven of Cups in reverse. This is a nice energy to get reversed because it's about clarity and the illusion ending about something, and you're just having this restored sense where you're just like, okay, wow, I see so much more clearly. So what's the obstacle? Let's see what it says the obstacles are that you're going to have to deal with right now. Okay, so first we're going to have to deal a little bit first with a little, you know, some money issues, okay? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse does indicate, first of all, feeling alone in something, but also feeling in conflict about something. This could have to do with foreclosure, you know, money issues, anything like that. This could also, because the ten of coin energy is also very much about maturity. You know, something having lasted a long time. So in the reverse, it could mean that something has been cut off at the legs. Like a plan that you had moving forward regarding money has been eliminated. Like what you saw in your mind's eye is not going to happen. Okay, now that's working with the World reverse. So the World reverse does indicate some sort of unfinished business, unfinished lesson, some sort of delay, some sort of issue that you're dealing with. Now this could have to do with money in general, or this could have something to do with within your career. Right, okay, so these are all the obstacles, right? It makes sense. And then we have the Star reverse. So the Star is in the reverse indicates you could be dealing with somebody who's very arrogant, but this could also mean like right now you're temporarily depressed because of this delay and because of this waiting. So for those of you maybe who are unemployed, or you're in between things, or you're waiting for something to be squared up, or this, if this has to do with like an inheritance or the selling of something, you know, anything where there's money involved, you're like waiting, come on, let's go, kind of thing. And this can be bumming you out, no doubt. Okay, now working with the Sun, we have the Eight of Cups energy. I think this is really good because this is about withdrawing and retreating and moving on from something that has not been working. And this is really about feeling sadness but no regret, knowing this is it, right? You're abandoning something that you recognize has reached its expiration date. And what I love about this is that it's working with the King of Swords, because the Swords, King of Swords, when it comes to work, we want to be King of Swords. This is very mental. This is an intentional leadership energy, being very strategic in thought, not allowing your feels to get in the way. It's staying in your mind, right? It's staying very aware, very in the mental, in a really good way. Okay, and then we have this working with the 8 of coins. Yeah, because you're keeping it real. You're very focused on mastering your craft. You're very focused on really wanting to enjoy your employment, getting what it is that's very satisfactory to you regarding money, regarding a settlement of something, regarding whatever it is, right? It's you want to feel like you're not losing out on something, and but want to be very happy with the ultimate outcome. And it does seem like, for you to have that sun energy, you needed to leave something and not allow your emotions to get in the way. Just say, like, keeping it real, this 10 of Swords, I have to stay in the mental about it. So, but you have a couple of choices. So, a choice quite literally, am I going to do nothing, or am I going to do this, right? Really trying to figure out what it is. So the choices, look what the choices are working with, right? Your wish fulfillment card, abundance, good health, beautiful 9 of Cups energy. Very nice. Now, that's awesome, but you're going to have to defend yourself. You're going to have to understand and be very cognizant of any sort of competition that you're dealing with, right? So draw the line in the sand. Be careful. Lines in the sands can be blown away with a strong wind, though, right? Remember that. So really stick to your guns. But I feel like this competitive vibe. So somebody may be trying to either one-up you in something, or there being a lot of competition in an area, or somebody really going back and forth about the settlement of something, back and forth about the signing of a contract, back and forth, back and forth. Stick to your guns. Yes, because then we have the moon, beautiful, in the reverse. I like it in the reverse, because better out than in. With the moon energy is about clarity and the truth is something coming out. The light's just being put on here, which is really great. We want that. When we have to make a choice, who doesn't want that, right? And then we have the wisdom of the owls. So now we have the King of Cups energy, which is about, now this could be you, this could be an energy that you're dealing with, or just the general energetic influence. Either way, any of those ways, it doesn't matter, because this is a supportive, really supportive energy, but it's a leadership energy. So you could be dealing with a really supportive new boss, new supportive employees, employers. Maybe you're a very supportive leader, like a boss or the head of something here. But this is a very tolerant energy, very empathetic energy. So it's good. This is really, really good. I like this. We have this working with the Strength reverse. Everything's been great. Just be careful of an abuse of power here, right? You just want to be, you don't want to, because this does indicate like fear, discord. This could also be a very self-sabotaging energy as well, but an abuse of power. So you want to be careful of that. Something, either from yourself, or you want to keep your spidey senses open to somebody who might be acting like that to you, because then we do have the 3 of coins in the reverse. So this can be about office politics, maybe there not being the team support that you thought was going to be available to you, somebody not working very responsibly at the end of the day. So you want to make sure that if that's you want to make sure that you show up with bells and whistles on, you doing your job. But this could also be indicative of somebody that you're dealing with as well. That is the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse energy. Because remember, 3 of Pentacles is Mars in Capricorn. It's putting in that work, that warrior spirit, right? It's that fighter spirit, because Mars is all about, come on, let's go. Let's do something new, different. Capricorn is about work. Come on, let's build, And in the reverse, it's like, somebody may not be everything that they initially set forth that they were going to be. Now, why is this so important to understand? For you guys, especially for you guys, especially for the week that we're talking about, because of Neptune. And Neptune is your ruler. And the fact that we have this harsh aspect, right, with Mercury squaring Neptune, there's going to be confusion. There's going to be some deception that's going on here, right? So you're going to feel very confident. This is all really, really good. But you want to make sure that people are walking their talk. It is like the key, just make sure they're walking their talk, Pisces, when it comes to your work. All right? That's it. And I'm saying it especially for you guys, especially for Pisces rising, also for Sun, Moon, and Venus to a lesser degree though, but this particularly, and especially because Neptune is your ruler, and this is happening in your 10th house of career on the 14th. And remember, with the eclipse energies, it's always a week before and a week after. So we're really in eclipse season, right? Between the moon, the partial moon, lunar eclipse that we have, and now this full solar eclipse, we really have from the end of November to the end of December, we're really kind of dealing with this eclipse energy, eclipse season. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.